scrimmage on the play.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He wants it all. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Fitted in the window for the score. You want to make sure this Boomer Sooner crowd gets it going early. That is one way to get it done.
And we get to break out the Sooner Schooner. The wagon gets to come out. Everybody gets jacked up. Everybody gets excited. Oklahoma has an electric atmosphere. And when these fans get involved early like this, good luck.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They took it 64 yards right down the field. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Play fake on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. Got his man on the right. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Makes the grab. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing.
Ball was loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. The quarterback tried to make something out of it with his legs, but instead, he turns the football over.
And this is what you like about the quarterback. You don't want to handcuff him. You want to give him the freedom and the flexibility to get outside and create. That's where he's brilliant. That's really the added element he brings this offense. But you do need to reel him in with respect to the fundamentals and taking care of the football. Just has to do better moving forward.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Pocket breaking down. Slings it downfield. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Great coverage, great break on the ball. Had a chance to really make a big play and maybe even take that thing back to the house. But you gotta secure the catch. We like to hit people more than we like to catch balls.
Working that left side. Breaks into the open. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners!
And that is just outstanding execution on that pass play. Great route by the receiver. Good timing on the throw by the QB. Receiver catches it in stride, turns on the jets, and is gone.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. See what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To throw, it's Sellers. Fires to the big fella. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. We reached the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Now improvising. Finds a man all alone.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. Turning it on. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
Man, this defense is dominating all game long. They have been making this quarterback's life so difficult with their pass rush. They bring him down there for the sack. They're not giving anything up. They're leading this game by a lot. We're only in the second quarter, and this ain't going to change unless this offense can find a rhythm.
To the air, it's Sellers. Back open in the middle. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge third down play. They're working that left side. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. All down at the 18-yard line, a solid return after that interception.
How about the athletic ability by the big fella? You know, you got those big linebackers in there used to taking on fullbacks and offensive linemen the whole game. He understands for passing situations, I'm getting drops. I'm getting deep in my drops, playing the quarterback's eyes, breaking on the football, making the INT. What an athlete.
Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic on the scramble. At the 35, he's open. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Gives it on the option. Turns it on at midfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Quarterback on the keeper. Hard running there.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
To the ground with the back. Inside the 25. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
To the ground, he's got it again. Stopped in the backfield, he's going to lose 3 yards on the play. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to throw, it's Sellers. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. Just enough time for one final play in this half. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. He's not afraid to go deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Looking for more room. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offense. offensive odyssey. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up.
There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
This guy just is so comfortable running routes, and he has such a good feel for those soft spots on defense there. They're playing zone coverage, so he's able to find that pocket, make it easy on his quarterback, and they pick up the first down.
Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Uncorks one. Wide open, makes the catch. Turns on the Jets. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision.
Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they hoped for.
2-point plays, the windows are very small to throw into. That time, he just tried to force it into a tiny window. It ended up being picked, and the offense comes away with no points.
They're really spinning that wheel of fortune here. Two-possession game going for the onside kick here in the third. Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Under fire. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. The Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Makes the grab on the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll pull it down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting them.
They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the middle, it's Bennett. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. From the red zone, looking for a space. Tight end finds a soft spot. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. And the Gamecocks have it in scoring position on first and goal. He'll set up to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets him up to the 24.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
The Sooners are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Caught near the sticks. It's Barnes. And he just runs out of bounds, and I think he's short. I think he misjudged where he had to get.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play. The drive alive, they couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Great place to start for this offense. Looking for a man. It's Sellers. Forced out of the pocket. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And this just hasn't hit his day, man. He's already thrown some interceptions and leaving the ball short, like just not getting to his receiver. He's got to do something to change the mojo up, because right now he's not playing well, and at this rate, he might be going to the pine.
Touchdown, South Carolina! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off, and the offense took advantage.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just great.
Still a lot of time to go here in the 3rd quarter, but they want the ball back right now with an onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
And I think this coach felt they needed something, right? You just scored, you created some momentum, you're still losing. Kick the onside kick, got aggressive, gets rewarded. Nice job by the onside kick team.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looking downfield on 1st down. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got it. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Corner's going to give them room. Rushes on him. And just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
To the air, it's Sellers. He makes the grab. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Gonna look downfield again. Now adjusting. Trying to escape and get it himself. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Unloads to the right. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back.
Yeah, and because of the pressure, the defense gets pressure on him immediately so quickly that he makes a bad decision, tries to throw it into double coverage. Really nice job pressuring the quarterback up front.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
Lets it go to the end zone. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Trying to take it back. Gets the return down to the 25-yard line, and a big turnover caused by this defense.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The give as they work on that clock. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Dropping back, it's Mateer. Lets it fly. Makes the grab. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Running into the open space. Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
I'd say, well, the defense has really contained that quarterback run all game long, but in a big spot in the fourth quarter, they let him out of the cage. He gets out of the pocket, makes the run, and gets the first down.
Just going to keep it after the snap. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Leaves it with the running back. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Hawkins. He'll try to do it himself. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
That's such a gut punch if you're the defense, because you're trailing in this game. You've got to find a way to get off the field on third down, but you can't stop the quarterback scramble. He's just been making plays in this game in critical moments, none bigger than that one right there with the lead late in the game.
And the Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. Don't want to risk anything here. The quarterback takes a knee.